We continue now our special Lighthouse series, Duty to Disclose.
We are going back to the tasing and arrest of Sterling Brown, who was a Milwaukee Bucks player at the time.
Taser, taser, taser!
Just one Milwaukee police officer, Erik Andrade, was put on the Brady List following the arrest that made national headlines.
The Brady List is a list of officers with alleged credibility concerns due to past accusations of crimes, bias, untruthfulness, and other integrity concerns. Tonight, Sterling Brown's lawyer is raising questions about why a sergeant did not make the list.
He helped orchestrate the takedown of Sterling Brown, and he was a sergeant. Absolutely more culpable and guilty than Andrade.
Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan takes those concerns to the district attorney.
How you doing? You got a driver's license?
Body camera footage takes us back to 2018.
Can't get another spot here.
When a Milwaukee police officer found a car parked across handicapped spots at a Southside Walgreens.
I own this right here. You don't own me though.
The officer approached Sterling Brown to ask why he parked there.
And you parked across two.
Within minutes, several officers respond to the scene.
I just wanted one.
One of those officers was Sergeant Jeffrey Krieger. He's seen here shining a flashlight in Brown's car.
I got stuff in my hand.
A short time later, he grabbed Brown's arm, leading to the takedown
Brown!
and tasing of Brown while he was on the ground.
Taser, taser, taser!
During an internal affairs interview, Krieger was asked to explain why things escalated so quickly.
He got really agitated with me looking into his vehicle, and now I see this gun.
During a deposition in court,
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
This is a gun?
Brown civil rights attorney Mark Thompson questioned Sergeant Krieger about what he claimed he saw.
Did I read it right?
You read it correctly.
Wasn't true.
Oh, it was, yeah, that I did not see a gun.
Police records showed targets with bullet holes in them were inside the vehicle, but there was no gun.
It was my belief that he was armed or possibly armed after seeing the targets in his car.
For his role in the Sterling Brown arrest, MPD records show Sergeant Krieger was suspended for 10 days as the department determined he failed to be a role model.
So if you never saw a gun, why are you telling internal affairs that you saw a gun, sir?
I must have misspoke and nobody caught it.
Nobody makes that kind of mistake. Not a sergeant with all the experience in the world. What he knew is he had to have sufficient threat to justify what he did to Mr. Brown.
The arrest never resulted in charges for Brown. The city paid him $750,000 to settle a civil lawsuit.
15 ayes, the committee report is adopted.
We're revisiting this story because we're investigating Milwaukee County's Brady List. An officer can be placed on the list for past accusations of crimes, bias, untruthfulness, and other integrity concerns. Their Brady violation has to be turned over to defense attorneys if they're called to testify.
The reason I'm concerned about Krieger is when the sergeant who's supervising is able to say to the internal affairs a lie and everybody knows it's a lie and keeps their job, what message does that send institutionally?
During our joint interview in January with Milwaukee County's top criminal justice leaders,
if someone wants to bring to us a concern, we'll take a look at it.
District Attorney Kent Lovern says Sergeant Krieger doesn't belong on the Brady List.
People make misstatements. People have misperceptions. People have a perception about one thing that when they think about it later realize they were incorrect about. That doesn't mean those were dishonest statements.
Milwaukee Police Chief Jeffrey Norman declined to comment on the issue.
I don't talk about specific cases with bits and pieces, especially not being a part of that particular investigation.
Krieger never responded to my interview request. MPD said it wouldn't allow him to talk about the case. Ultimately, 11 officers were disciplined or retrained after the tasing and arrest of Brown.
I'm held to a higher standard, I get that.
Erik Andrade was fired and put on the Brady List after he made racially insensitive posts about the incident on social media.
They
pulled up a bunch of stuff from Facebook, made me out to be a racist.
You know, I would disagree with our DA on this question of Krieger.
Thompson thinks it's unacceptable that Krieger wasn't included as well.
When you say that to the Internal Affairs, you're saying, here is my factual assertion on why I had reasonable suspicion to take down and attack Sterling Brown. To me, that is much, much more egregious than Andrade's after-the-fact posts and his violations of social media. I would believe Andrade before I would Krieger.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
TMJ4's investigation into Milwaukee County's Brady List was made possible thanks to our partnership with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel and Wisconsin Watch.
If you would like to watch our previous reporting and see our full database of the Brady List, you can head to tmj4.com/lighthouse, or you can scan this QR code that is up on your screen right now. And that's where you can also find all of our investigations and Lighthouse exclusives.